is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for June 12th, Saturday, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Whenever any of us assert I, like I this, I that, there is identification with something, with some name, with some form, with some body, with some past, with the mind, with thoughts, with memories. There is some deep identification. Only then can you assert I. If you are not identified with anything else and can remain with yourself, then you cannot say I. I just drops. I means identity. And identity is the basis of all slavery. Be identified, and you will be in a prison. The identity itself will become your prison. Be non-identified and remain totally yourself. And then there is freedom. So this is what bondage is. Ego is bondage. And egolessness is freedom. And this ego is nothing but to be identified with something that you are not. And for example, everyone is identified with his name, her name, and everyone is born without any name. Then the name becomes so significant that one can die for his namesake. What is a name but the moment you are identified? It becomes very meaningful, and everyone is born without any name, nameless. Where you take form, everyone is identified with one's own form. Every day you stand before your mirror. What are you seeing? Yourself. No mirror can mirror you. Just the form you are identified with. But such is the stupidity of the human mind that every day the form is changing constantly, but you are never disillusioned. When we were all children, what was our form? When we were in our mother's womb, what was our form? When we were in our parents' seed, what was our form? And you recognize, if a picture is produced for you, the egg in your mother's womb, will you be able to recognize it and say, this is I? No, but you must have been identified with this egg somewhere back. You were born, and if the first scream can be reproduced for you, will you be able to recognize it and say, this is my scream? No, but it was yours, and you must have been identified with that. If a photo album can be produced before a dying man, a constant changing form, there is continuity, but still every moment a change. The body is changing every 7 years, completely, totally, nothing remains the same, not a single cell. Still, we think, this is my form, this is me, and consciousness is formless. The form is just something outside that goes on changing and changing and changing, just like clothes. This identification is ego. If you are not identified with anything, with a name, or with a form, or anything, then where is the ego? Then you are, and still you are not. Then you are in your absolute purity, but with no ego. See, that's why Buddha called the self no self. He called it anatta, anatma. He said there is no ego, so you cannot even call yourself Atma. You cannot call yourself I. There is no I. There is pure existence. This pure existence is freedom. Learning how we learn about the ego. Many of the things that have been imposed upon us as a civilization has all been meant for control of the civilization, identifying each one of the slaves. And on the transition of the civilization into higher frequencies involves all of this understanding. From the smallest grain of sand on the beach to the largest galaxy in the universe, everything is necessary to create perfection and balance in creation. Our existence on this planet is a vital piece in the great jigsaw puzzle in this life. Do you know how annoying it would be to organize and complete a billion-piece puzzle, finally figure it all out, and then realize you're missing one last piece? Our lives are more important than we know. We are greatly needed. The best thing is that there is no pressure at all. How many times have we heard, just be yourself? However, your showing up today is exactly what the universe needs. While you're hanging out there, or here, relax and enjoy your naturally sweet, soft heart presence. There is nothing more amazing, healing, and guiding for us to experience in you. Maybe the best thing of it all is that your heart's presence can be felt while you're doing anything. There's a life-affirming spark within each and every one of us, which constantly nudges us towards saying yes to life. Create a yes list today. This is a list of all the things you want to say yes to, and then be prepared to be amazed. And to McDonald. Believe it or not, yes is one of the most powerful words any of us could experience. The more often we say it, think it, and feel it, the more naturally it will create a positive, inspirational, and fulfilling life. Try this for yourselves. Repeat yes quietly in your head while you're at home shopping, showering, drinking, driving, or walking around town, wherever you are. Just practice building up this positive subconscious influence in your inner world. Repeat yes constantly in your mind, and your mind will expand your energy field and give you more confidence and the motivation to do the things you might feel are impossible. Yes to life is about opening ourselves to the totality of existence and playing this game of life fully, because it is a game. The vibration and energy of saying yes will make you more receptive to all the greatest goodies that the loving universe is trying to gift you. Every time you say yes, you're opening your energy to the vibration of this life. This yes frequency vibrating in your cells creates powerful resonance in your auric field, sending out highly magnetic manifestation frequency into your world. People love to say yes to those vibrating at the yes frequency. It's that simple. Now, when our bodies and minds are full and are a full yes to everyone and everything in our world, finding the positive aspect within everyone and every crazy thing happening in the world right now, our heart instantly relaxes, our mind opens, our inner peace expands, and our ability to manifest grows 10 times stronger. When we stop resisting what is, fighting others, and begin accepting what is, you have more energy and clarity to manifest your dreams and desires. Resisting, condemning, and judging are major energy drains and will stop us from naturally attracting those higher expansive experiences that make our dreams come true. The universe knows the perfect timing for all things that you want. universe knows the perfect timing for all the things that you want. This doesn't mean that you bow down in fear and say yes to being a slave to others' desires, rules, and regiments. You're a God being. Why would an all-powerful manifesting God being do that? You're saying yes to the expansive feelings which allow for more joy and freedom in your being. Your yes is to a limitless joy, heart expansion, financial abundance for everyone, personal freedom to each and every individual. Spill the oil lamp. Set this dry, boring place on fire. If you have never, ever made wanton love with God, then you have ignited that brilliant light inside that every person needs. Hop it. Our human life is like a small, fragile seed right now that needs the right nourishment, sun, air, water, to grow up and blossom into a beautiful, fragrant flower. Every time we say yes to this life, we are watering our fertile soil, our soul, and providing nourishment to our roots to deepen into the healing earth below. Our yes is like sunshine, which feeds our new leaves so that we may have the power to reach up even higher towards the light. The day when our first flowering bud opens itself up, we will naturally start giving back this life energy to the universe, blessing everyone in your path. Yet it all begins by saying yes to the unlimited bounty of warmth, love, and connection with creation. When we say a big yes to this life from our bellies, hearts, and sex center, we touch the innermost core of our power. We begin to stir our kundalini and awaken the spiritual path that may be buried in the dark inside of each and every one of us. Sometimes we just need to practice for a few minutes a day with sincerity of desire before we see a shift in our energy fields. I invite you right now to take this moment to explore what yes feels like in your body. When you feel into this thought, right now, what happens? Say the word yes 3 times from your heart, not your head. Then 3 times from your belly. Then 3 times from your sex center. Let your yes get energetically louder and more passionate each time that you say it inside. Notice how each different chakra center changes your experience of yourself and makes you feel. Most people sense their energy is expanding the moment they authentically say the word yes. And they feel more joyful and open to this life. Saying this magical word on your inner world is only a small portion of the power all of us can tap into. My suggestion is saying yes out loud to the universe if you really want to energetically open up your being and manifest whatever desire is trying to come your way. Because, believe it or not, we have many things trying to come our way. If you want a great secret to quickly manifest your dream life, always start with the end result first. What this means is that after you receive the basket of golden goodies, which the universe is trying to gift you, what will your end response be? You will naturally say yes or some form of thank you in response. So start with saying yes right now, as if you've already received your dream life. And you'll put the horse in front of the cart and get things moving. Any fool can run towards the light. It takes a master with courage to turn and face the darkness and shine his or her own light there. That's the figure. The remarkable thing is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. Charles Swindoll. In each moment, the universe is offering each and every one of us a multitude of opportunities and experiences to say yes to. You have the option to say yes to an experience that will empower your life in the most liberating way. The universe is saying, allow me to flow through you unrestricted, and you will see the greatest magic you have ever seen. Every time you open up to what is showing up in your life and welcome it fully, you shift your energy field to a yes vibration. Now, you're probably wondering, if you're saying yes to everything that comes your way, how can you say yes to something you don't want to manifest in the future or re-experience from your past? The secret is using a much bigger yes. For example, if you come out of the grocery store and you find out that someone put a scratch in your new car, you could get furious by saying no to the experience, refusing to be at peace with it, and become angry at everyone the entire week. What we meant by saying yes to something negative in life, you are choosing to be in a state of acceptance and peace with it. You will not extract more negative experiences when you are at peace with what is. Like attracts like. So we will attract peaceful experiences instead. Since negative events happen at some point in everyone's life, the more you can learn how to open, relax, and embrace the situation, the easier it will be to transcend it and move on to higher experiences. It's only when we fight them, we get more angry, more frustrated, more disappointed. So what do we really have saying yes to in our life? Think about that one thing that you dislike about your life, or something you've been resisting or avoiding. Notice how you start feeling by saying yes to it as a way of finding peace with it. Say yes to the sensations of relaxation and peace you'll have when you are free from it. Most people aren't easily manifesting what they want because of these energetic blocks that we all have inside. By saying yes to the things that your mind is resisting, you instantly start to transcend it. For example, perhaps you were afraid of not having enough money and have been saying no to feelings of desperation and lack. When you can allow yourself to welcome this experience, it starts to move through you and eventually leave your body. Whatever you resist will persist. And when you can welcome it with open arms, the negative energy actually dissipates. To say yes, you have to sweat and roll up your sleeves and plunge both hands into life up to the elbows. It's easy to say no, even if it means dying. Right now, imagine that you're opening your arms to any feelings that you've been avoiding in your life. Who have you been running around in circles in your mind with and toiling in your emotions around? Imagine this person is standing right in front of you and welcome all the feelings that arise inside your body. Say yes to these feelings and give them permission to come fully into you, allowing all that is there without having it change in any way. Say yes inside yourself to this experience. The power of saying yes is so strong that very soon you'll notice how these feelings become weaker and have less of a grip on you. If you want to become the master of this life, of your life, this is where it starts. Learning how to say yes to all of your life. Seeing that every being is your teacher, and those who you resist the most are your greatest teachers of all. Showing you total compassion, patience, and surrender of the ego. Expect miracles or be a miracle. Remember, all of our dreams do not have an expiration date. Take a deep breath and try again. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. Now, some of us think we relax our bodies, but that's the head talking to us. It's not the heart. So we kind of superficially. But I think all of us do know, because I believe we've all experienced it at least once in this life, where we know that we are naturally completely relaxed. Where you're not thinking, you're not wandering, you're just being. You have no motivation to entertain the mind or the ego or the subconscious mind. You have no motivation but just to be. And when you get into that state, when you just relax the body, because you are not the body, you are not the name, you are not the character, you are not the personality. You are the God. So doesn't that make sense to you that you can look at your body and you can understand what is causing the body to be stressed, fearful, negative, irritable? What is it? And you let those go. But you can't let them go unless you just turn around, give them a hug, tell them you love them, but you have no need for them. Those of us who ignore that and keep walking away from it or trying to walk away from it, never works. They're always there until they're waiting for your attention. Go up, give them a hug, tell them you love them. They will be no more. And maybe you might have to do that 100 times a day. Who knows? But to keep the body in relaxation is imperative, because it keeps the door open to connect with the God that we all are. So once you've relaxed the body, you'll move into the now. And the now is all we all have. We don't have tomorrow. We don't have yesterday. Yesterday is dead and gone. Our past, all dead and gone. Our future, not there yet, as we're creating it in the now. So in reality, we have the now. And the now stills the mind. It stills the ego, the subconscious mind. That's what we desire. That's what we want. We don't care to have the mind and ego mastering us, because they're horrible masters. We care to leave the mind and the ego so we can view them and master them. Then they become our servants, and they enjoy every single bit of it. Imagine what it would be like without the ego. You would not have to prove anything to anything, yourself or anybody. You would not be motivated to try to impress anyone or anybody. You would be in complete contentment, complete bliss, no irritation, no anxiety, no fear, no restlessness, no envy, no greed, no worry, no lies. Now we all have memories and we reminisce, and those are great because we store them in our subconscious mind, our library. Sometimes we visit them. Something sparks it, a song, a certain place you could be, and it floods in. And it's fun, reminiscent, nostalgic. This is why a lot of us keep things, because the things remind us and move those memories back into the forefront for us. And we enjoy them. And it's really enjoyable entertainment. But we don't stay with them forever. We don't live them again and again. But some of us will do that. And I don't believe that the majority of the time it's intentional, but we will do that. And we will stay there. And we will drag that past into a future that doesn't exist. We will create that future from that past, and we will relive that past and that future. And this is why so many of us find us asking ourselves, that those people will say that they believe they're in the same place because no matter what they do, they always end up there. Others of us, and this is funny because there are those in the past and there are those in the future that doesn't exist. And all along, the now is the peace, the solitude, and the ease. And we know that the future, going into a future that doesn't exist, strokes the ego and the mind. Going into the past, it's dead, strokes the ego and the mind. In the now, the ego and the mind are stilled. They won't be there. You will be outside of them. And the now is a space between heartbeats. It's moment to moment. Whatever you're doing in that moment to moment is the only focus you have on that moment. This eliminates all the noise chatter that we all experience. All these thoughts that aren't ours, running, there's tons of clouds just floating by, and we grab them and we kind of wander off when we're in the now. So how do we stay in the now? Our breath, our divine positive energy. The soul enters the body, powers up the body, all the functions of the body. The soul, the God, flows through the body. The lungs start producing air. Bring it in, oxygenate the body, sustain the body. Without the breath, the body would not be sustainable. So it is divine positive energy. Now, every time that and the good thing, fun thing, is that we're conscious about it, and say, okay, I'm wandering off. And you've done this. Is there sometimes you're doing something, and people think you're focused on it, and they're carrying on a conversation with you, but you aren't hearing them because you're wandering off. You're somewhere else. And that's when they'll ask you, Jim, are you listening to me? And Jim will say, oh, I'm sorry, I got carried off somewhere. What were you saying? So when we know this, we concentrate on our breath, and we 3,000% of the time we're in the now. That's pretty nifty to have that exercise. Sometimes we may have to do it 100 times a day, or more, or less. It's well worth it, believe you me. It's like someone comes up to you and says, hey, Tammy, where do you think you'll be 5 years from now? And you look at them with respect and you say, I don't have a clue, because the only thing I do is I focus on the now. And I am very happy with the now. Because there's no guarantee for tomorrow or the next day or the next day. The only guarantee you do have is the now. Why would you spend so much energy floating into a future that doesn't exist? Wondering. So once we have fixed ourselves in the now, and we can focus on our breath, our divine positive energy to stay in the now, and we still the mind and the ego, we know, we know that these bodies that we're in, the soul in the body, the God, the pure consciousness, the heart mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind, the God, the pure consciousness, all one. We also know that the soul is the heaven, the body is the earth. And we also know that every step we take on this planet, we're creating paradise. Those of us who are awake know this. Those that aren't will eventually. And we shine our light outward 360 degrees. And where's the light? The light is the God within us. It is pure, deep, eternal love. So we shine at 360 degrees across everything, through everything, and anything. All life, highest supreme value in the universe. This is just not once in a while. It is constant, perpetual. So you look at this planet from afar, and you will eventually see a glowing planet, a God planet, paradise, with nearly 8 billion gods on the surface. Quite interesting. Not a facsimile, not figuratively, literally. So when you look at your body, it's inevitable that you will see 7 energy vortexes, wheels of life, going up from your tailbone to the top of your head. Right? Now there's others, but we concentrate just on these 7. And you, the God, flows through those. And not only that, the God force, love, light, energy, it flows through those energy vortexes, which are spiritual plane, etherical plane, are connected to all of our organs, all of our emotions, everything about these bodies. Everything. Now, can you imagine when you, all of us, master the understanding of how to use the God force, love, light, energy while in physical form? All in positive energy. See that picture through your heart mind motion picture. So we have all of these emotions, feelings, which are not the gods, okay? They're the bodies. And we have all these organs operating. And the God force, love, light, energy is powering it all. All of it. No exceptions. Everything in that body. Mitochondria. All the quarks in the quantum realm. Everything is powered by the God that each and every one of us are. Anything. When the breathing shuts down, the body is over. Okay? Now you know that breath is super divine and positive energy, and most of us take it for granted. So once you choose to learn, each of us, that I am the God, right? And through identity's sake, you can just say, God. And you begin to understand is that these chakras, these energy vortexes, what blocks the God force, love, light energy from flowing easily and evenly throughout this entire physical body? Red wheel of light, root chakra. This is our survival, our money, our finances, our food. It's blocked by fear. If you're in a survival situation with a group of people, or even by yourself, it is a fact that if you panic and you go into a downward spiral of fear, most cases, you will leave the body. Then we move to the orange wheel of light. This deals with our pleasure, joy, ease, sexuality, all these fun things. We've all been there. You ever done that? Everything is just working. The day is wonderful. Everything is falling into place effortlessly. And you feel like you need to pinch yourself because at times you feel like you're in a dream. And no, it's real. You're experiencing it. But then that little voice, you know that little voice that comes in for all of us? Well, we're really enjoying ourselves, and then all of a sudden it kind of comes in and says, well, you're not going to be able to do this forever. You know, it's going to end. You better enjoy it while you can. That's the ego mind. Okay? And that's why so many of us will experience that and would say to ourselves, I would love to be that way all the time. And guess what? We all can. Once you master the mind and the ego. But what is all that blocked by? It's the guilt. That's that little voice that comes in. Then we move to the yellow wheel of light. This deals with our willpower. Our confidence, our well-being, intuition. And what is it blocked by? Shame. None of us have anything to be shameful about. None of us. It's generated by the ego mind. Then the emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra, right? Their ability to love. And it's blocked by grief. You're in grief. You are incapable of love. And then you move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra. This is our truth. It's our communication. And it's blocked by lies. And then we move to the indigo wheel of light, the third eye chakra. This deals with our insight. And it is blocked by illusion. And then the violet wheel of light, the crown chakra. This is our direct connection with the divine, the God inside that body. And the element that stops the God, you, running through these energy vortexes to the top of the head, that's ego attachment blocks that. It's when we're attached to the ego. We have to prove ourselves. We never can get enough. We're never satisfied. We're always wanting more. That's the ego attachment. That blocks the cosmic energy, the flow of the God that you are through the body. And it connects all of our emotions. Connects to everything. Now, does it make sense that when we go within, we stay within to discover the gods that we are? That we're not the name, not the body, none of that? That just allows us to be in the game, to learn about who and what we are. Truly. Now, we're the energy. We are the life force. We are the God force. We are the love light. So, doesn't it make sense that we flow through these bodies to the top of the head? We're a perpetual energy fountain. So as this energy comes up to the top of the head, we can hold it there. because we are it. So when we hold it, we are God. We are light. And we are love. And in that brief period of time, we can condense it into omnipotently powerful liquid energy. It doesn't go anywhere. It just stays, but it pours over the pineal gland in this physical body. Pineal gland is our conduit. It is our connection to all the particles of existence. It opens up all the blocks, flies open all the windows and doors, and allows us to expand and adventure and to be many places at one time and to interact with the collective consciousness of all existence, all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond it, forever. Absolutely phenomenal. But currently, we don't have a fully functioning, healthy, vibrant pineal gland. It's alive, it's working, but at a low level. So we pour this liquid energy. You view your pineal gland however you like for your heart, mind, motion picture. I see it as green ball, rosebud. And when I pour this omnipotent power liquid energy over it, it's like a sponge soaks it all in, and it transforms immediately into a fully bloomed, massive rose with multicolored petals and just a glorious fragrance. And it sends out these massive waves that soak me in this energy. There isn't a fork that isn't soaked with this energy. And it fills me with this deep, divine, pure, eternal love. And a deep sense of gratitude and oneness and being. There's no ego there. There's no mind there. There's no subconscious mind. It is the God. And I realize that the rose is me and I'm the rose. And I understand that there's no separation. And it reminds me of who and what I am. Now, we're all collective consciousness, which means that we are all one. We've never not been. No matter how hard these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies try to convince all of us that we are all separate, minute, powerless, is a lie. So consciously aware that we are not the body, that we are the God in the body. Consciously aware is that we are the love. We are the omnipotent power. We're all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. In complete humbleness. Nothing to prove, nothing to gain. Period. So we reach out to other parts of ourselves in this meditation to be consciously aware with us. And these are parts of us. They're parts of us. We're parts of them. See the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. You have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. Many, many, many more. The archangels are a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But we meet them, see. We meet them in forms like us. We don't know it at the time. In most cases, we have a sense that's not just run-of-the-mill. But usually it comes to us afterwards. And we know that was an angel. And what was the message? The message is the same. It's just delivered in many different ways. Isn't it magna glorious to be alive in these bodies right now? Isn't it spectacular, stupendous to smell, to taste, to feel, to touch, to laugh, to cry? All of it. And that's a big yes. And that is bliss. Now, they can surround any one of us, massive numbers, tens of thousands, any one time, because of their vibrational frequency. They can house a large number in a small area. You said the masters have mastered ascension into physical form. Out of physical form, hold pure consciousness, God form. We are mastering physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creation and to discover that we are the light, that we know who and what we are, that we are not I, that we are not the body, that we are not the name, the personality, the character. We are the God. So both the archangels and the ascended masters are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, as all of us are. Or they wouldn't be with us consciously. The other parts of us are with us, but they're asleep. So, doesn't it make sense that we reach out to other parts of us that are consciously aware? All the galactics, celestials, off-worlders. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this liberation, forming this circle of light, in this meditation. Now, we're all familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every single day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. Ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the felines, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in massive numbers, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of the light energy beings out there, that in all there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever behind, and forever. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. That includes all the ones here on Earth, on it, in it, above it, and below it. And they come from everywhere in the Gugaplexes, every direction. One Gugaplex fills this entire universe with no sacred space to spare. They come in trillions of Gugaplexes from every direction, including all those on this planet that have decided to take on different forms, shapes, colors, sizes, configurations. And all of them, only those who are awake, that are parts of us, that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us. Period. Now, with these eyes, we only see 1% of what is. And we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. And all of them, from every direction, in the Gugaplexes, are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they're with us in the billions consciously now. And we have all of the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, and beneath Earth. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet into the higher and higher and higher frequencies of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. The higher the frequency, the more powerful. The lower the frequency, the weaker. Unbeknownst to what this civilization has been taught, well, if you are in constant love and peace and joy, you are weak and meek. Of course, this is what the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies would want everybody to believe. And they are with us in the billions now, consciously. And we're all gathered arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, and abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify. And it continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the God force, love, light, energy within each and every one of these bodies. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1,000 trillion suns just to come close to its brightness. This is the purest, deepest, eternal love of which we are made, flooding this planet right now, continuously, eternally. Saturating all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. You can feel it through your heart minds whenever you choose, because it is you. We begin to ascend above this planet, and we're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. And it is just trillions of multicolored lights flashing, sparkling, all around us, through us, above us, below us, around us. And we go to the source of the reflection, these little tiny microscopic mirrors. We enter them, and we discover that all of us, gathered in this meditation, whether consciously or unconsciously, are aware that we are teaching each other every second. We are learning from each other, not only from each other, but from ourselves. This is a constant. It's part of this endless journey. It is absolutely stupendous and miraculous and phenomenal that we have this. And in the deepest of gratitude that we do have it. We are immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is the column of light that we have created that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that we have all created that reminds us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. And we are met with the white fire. This is the column of light that we are, that reminds every single one of us that we are imbued from head to toe, inside and out, perpetually, eternally, in infinity, with a white fire armor. Not an armor like a knight's, but much more powerful. And it emanates from the gods within each and every one of these bodies. It is impregnable, no demon possession, no attachment, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. They will vaporize if they come too close. This is the truth. This is our protection. Do you really think, believe that the gods we are would not be protected? But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, fear, anger, greed, envy, worry, stress, fear, you will lower your vibrational frequency enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow the dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you are then met with the purple transmuting flame, of which we've created to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutralized substance, send them to pure consciousness where they are vaporized, and they are no more. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light which we've created to remind ourselves that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the purest, deepest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is us, each of us, the God. And it reminds us, we created it to remind us that we are the sunlight, the rainbow, the rains, the trees, the forests, the clouds, the sky. We are the sun sets and the sun rises. We are the animals, the soils, the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are everything, and everything is us. So whenever you see a sunset or a sunrise, and you view it for the beauty and everything it is you. You're the beauty. You're the grandeur. You're the divineness. Your divine perfection, which never changes. We are all the God. We continue to ascend above this planet. And as we do, some of us step outside our physical form so we can hover effortlessly above them. We're carrying physical form. Why do we do this? Well, it's because we can. And we come in contact with a massive crystalline light tower. We created it. As we create everything. And this tower is larger than this solar system. In the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere, and in the center of it has a golden white yellow ball of light, and it's surrounded by numerous, so many, uncountable, ribbons of sparkling, glimmering light, many different colors. And this is all sending out waves that's literally soaking us all from head to toe inside now with this pure, deep, eternal love energy. And that's the golden white ball of light is pure, deep, eternal love. Then, pure, deep, eternal gratitude, pure, deep, eternal peace, gentleness, kindness, generosity, well-being, great prosperity, great wealth, unending bliss and joy, tranquility and benevolence. And it is all us. It is the God that we are. Each and every one of us. Not the body, but the God that we are. Not the ego, not the mind, but the God that we are. It reminds us. At the top of this crystal light tower, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down, as it's doing right now. Purest of the deepest love, soaking all of us, flooding all of us, saturating all of us, head to toe inside, non-stop, eternally. And you can really understand why this planet is being liberated, why all the craziness. It is the end of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies as they continually try to grip on as we continually ascend. There's no turning back. It is all moving forward. Now, we are all drops of this golden ocean. We hold the essence of this golden ocean. The golden ocean is the drops are the golden ocean. The only illusion is separation. We continue to ascend, and we see our meditative sphere set center circle. We created this sphere over 3 years ago. It houses well over 1,400 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Constantly soaking and flooding and bathing all of us in the purest and highest vibrational frequencies of intent by all the conscious ones in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever, in deep understanding that we are all of the God, of the love, of the light. This is why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. This is why it continues to intensify, and this is why it continues to expand. When you can stop worrying about the future, you'll become such a drunk, laughing nuisance that God will then lean down and start combing you into his hair. I'll join in the meditation. I'll return to close this out. none of us are the mind, neither the bright one nor the dark one. If you get identified with the beautiful part, then it is impossible to disidentify yourself from the ugly part. They are two sides of the same coin. The whole anxiety of man is that he wants to choose that which looks beautiful, bright. He wants to choose all the silver linings, leaving the dark cloud behind. But he does not know that the silver linings cannot exist without the dark cloud. The dark cloud is the background, absolutely necessary for the silver linings to show. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. And we will return here Sunday, June 13th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.